Right, so today I want to talk to you about the Verneer Caliper. There are two types. We've got the manual type of Verneer Caliper and the digital type. Typical uses for a Verneer Caliper would be the first thing. Verneer calipers have three ways to measure. We're using the depth blade, the internal jaws and the external jaws. So we can use the external jaws for measuring this and checking this external diameter. We can use these internal jaws for checking and measuring the internal diameter, and we can use the depth blade for checking and measuring the depth of a hole, for example, like that. We want to talk to you about range and accuracy. So the range and accuracy is the maximum it can measure up to, and in this case it's 200 millimeters. With this one here it's up to 150 millimeters. The accuracy is 0.02, which is not as good as a micrometer, which is 0.01. Typical damage, the jaws can get bent. With this type here, the battery can go flat, the screen can get broken. With this type here, same thing, and the main frame or the scale can get bent as well. Typical storage, we store it in our tool trolley. Next thing is the hazards. Once again, never use the vernier when you have a piece of metal in the lathe that is turning. Same with the milling machine. Never go measuring something in the mill while the cutter is turning. Tasks undertaken. You've used it to check and measure external diameters. You should have checked and measured the depth of a hole in one of your projects, and you may have even checked and measured the internal diameter of a part. If you did a step with a milling machine, you might have measured the width of the step. And everyone's probably used this. Have a look at this. Measuring the diameter of the drill, which is measured this way. You've got to be quite careful because some students do it this way, and of course that's wrong. So remember, when you're measuring the diameter of a drill, you measure it that way. Let's talk about outcomes. Of course, if you get the right size drill, you get the right size hole for the job. If you get the step done correctly, when the jaw fits on your vise, it'll be the right height. When you've measured and got the right external diameter and you've got the hole the right depth, then of course you can knurl the handle. Another use for a vernier is this over here. You can use it to set how far along you're going to parallel turn, and then you can put a mark on the work and then you can parallel turn it down. The next step would be that you measure the external diameter, and of course you had to machine it to a certain size. Last thing is about servicing and repair. With a vernier you could replace the battery if it goes flat, clean it with a dry rag and check all the knobs and stuff are not loose. How do you measure with it? This is called a vernier scale, and if we have it here, this is going to be 10 millimeters plus a bit more. So if you look over here and you see this here, you see this one's lined up. So this would be 10.4. If we go to here, for example, this would be 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, just about 16, but 15 point, or it's probably around 0.8, 15.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because these two line up. Right, one more, down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, You're measuring off here, so it's about 5.4 around there, so let's have a look what it is. And this is 5.12. 2, 3, 4. That lines up, and there is how to read a vernier. So of course there's some exercises to do on a worksheet and complete that task sheet. Thanks guys.